Okay, this video is an extension of the previous video about solving. If you could just continue those notes and include what I'm about to go over in this video at the end of those notes. So this goes with your linear solving notes. So the objectives are the same, as to be able to solve equations and box a solution, and then to be able to explain how to solve equations using the stem. To solve this equation, first you blank, then you blank. So in this problem, I have 5a plus 3 plus 5a equals negative 13 minus 6a. In this problem, what you're going to want to do first is you're going to need to combine like terms. So in other words, I have 5a here and 5a here. Those both have an a with them, and they're both on the same side of the equal to sign. So if we draw our line, those are both on the left side. So I need to combine those two together. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So this is 10a plus 3 equals negative 13 minus 6a. Negative 13 minus 6a. So next I'm going to use, remember that method, that SADMEP, S-A-D-M-E-P. Okay, so first I like to take care of my constants and get them all on one side. So I have 10a plus 3 equals negative 13 minus 6a. So I'm going to move the positive 3 over. To move the positive 3, so this is undoing subtraction with addition, or sorry, undoing addition with subtraction. So to undo plus 3, I need to subtract 3 from both sides. And remember, the 3 is the constant, so I'm going to subtract it from the constant on the right. Oops, sorry. So this is, these 3's cancel, so I get 10a equals negative 13 minus 3 is negative 16. This is minus 6a. Okay, but now notice I have my 10a and I have negative 6a on the other side. So I need to move that over. So again, I'm going to do addition and subtraction. So I'm still stuck in this first spot. I haven't moved to multiplying and dividing because there's still subtraction here. So this time I need to move this to the other side. Well, how do we undo subtraction? We add, so it's going to be plus 6a to both sides. And it's okay that it has a variable with it, that's fine, you can still move it. So those will cancel out. And then 10a plus 6a is 16a equals negative 16. Divide both sides by 16, so this is my, now I took care of all addition and subtraction, there's none left in the problem at all. This 16 and a are being multiplied, so I'm going to divide both sides by 16. So I get a equals negative 16 divided by 16 is negative 1. So my answer here is a equals negative 1. Okay. So let me go on. So make sure you copy this example down. Let me go on to another one. This one is for you to try. So pause the video, give this one a try. This one is just like the one I just did. So if you want, I can make it so you can see both pages. There you go. So now you can see how I did it, and then you can try. So go ahead and pause the video to do that. So hopefully you paused it. I went through and worked out the problem for you. So if you combine like terms, you get negative 3a plus 3 equals negative 6a minus 9. And then here, use your SADMEP to solve it. So first subtract 3 from both sides. That takes care of addition subtraction. So you get negative 3a equals negative 6a minus 12. But there's still addition subtraction left in the problem. You still have this negative 6a that needs to get moved to the other side. So to move that, I'm going to add it. So add 6a to both sides. And then you've taken care of the other addition subtraction problem here. And then this gets you 3a equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 3, and you get a equals negative 4. So that's how you do that one. Okay. These last few are a little challenging. They have fractions. So here to clear the fractions, I have x divided by 2 plus x divided by 3 equals 5. So I'm just going to take care of these one at a time. I'm going to multiply this side by 2 because I need to get rid of the 2 in the denominator. I got to multiply the other side by 2. So make sure you draw your line. So this gives me 2x over 2. I distribute, and if I distribute again, I get plus 2x over 3. Then on the other side, I get 5 times 2 is 10. We can simplify this a little bit as we go. So we know 2 divided by 2 is 1, so those cancel. So I get x plus 2 divided by 3 does not cancel, so I got 2x over 3 still, and that equals 10. So now I'm still left with a denominator. I have the denominator of 3, so we'll multiply both sides by 3. So if I distribute 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6 divided by 3, and that equals 10 times 3 is 30. So now we just got to clean this up on the left side and then solve. So 3x stays the same. 6 divided by 3, we can do this as a math problem. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so it's a plus 2, and then we have our x, and that equals 30. So combine these two terms, so 3x plus 2x, they both have an x, so we can add them together. This is 5x equals 30. And then divide both sides by 5. So those 5's cancel, so I get x equals 6. Okay, the next one. So this one is a lot different than the one we just did. It says x plus 6 divided by 7 equals 2x minus 1. Here you can multiply along the diagonal. So I like to think of it like the butterfly, I call it the butterfly method. So we can multiply 7 times 2x minus 1, and we'll put the result on this side. So 7, since I'm multiplying, I'm going to put parentheses 2x minus 1. And then my equal to sign, and then I'm going to do the other side. So now I'm going to do over here. So 3 times x plus 6. Again, I'm using parentheses here. Now you're going to distribute and solve. So distribute the 7 to the 2x and the 7 to the negative 1. So this is 14x minus 7 equals, and then distribute the 3. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 6 is 18. And then you're going to solve. So here, if we draw our line, we'll add 7 to both sides. This is 14x equals 3x plus 25. Move the 3x, subtract 3x. So you get 11x equals 25. And then lastly, divide both sides by 11. So x equals 25 over 11. Okay. Okay, and the last example is this one. So I got 5x divided by 9 minus 4 over 15 equals 2x minus 1 over 3. So there's a whole lot going on, but we can handle it just like we did before. Notice there's 2 separate fractions on this side, so I can't use the method that I just used, because there's that method will only work if you have one fraction on each side. So you have, but in that method that we just used, in this method right here, you have to have a fraction equal to a fraction, otherwise that method won't work. So here I have two fractions equal to a fraction. So I need to do the multiplication like I did at the beginning. So I've got to multiply both sides by 9. So 9 times 5 is 45. X over 9. 9 times 4, so this is minus 36 over 15, equals 9 times 2x minus 1, all divided by 3. And I'm going to draw my line because I'm going to be solving this. All right, so we can simplify this a lot. So 45 divided by 9, so this part here, well, 45 divided by 9 is 5, so this is 5x. 36 divided by 15, it doesn't simplify, but it reduces since both of these are divisible by 3. So 36 divided by 3 is 12. And then 15 divided by 3 is 5. And this equals, well, here, 9 and 3, those cancel out. That's 9 divided by, well, they don't cancel, but it simplifies. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So this is times 2x minus 1. Now I'm left with one fraction. We're almost there. So one fraction, I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. Squeeze it in there. So multiply both sides by 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, so it's 25x. 5 times 12 gets you 60. And then on the other side, we'll just multiply 3 by 5. So 3 times 5 is 15 times 2x minus 1. Notice I'm not changing anything inside the parentheses. This is what was out front. So we can simplify this. 25x minus 60 divided by 5 is 12 equals 15 times 2 is 30. That has an x. And then 15 times negative 1 is negative 15. And then you're just going to solve it from there. So add 12. Those 12s cancel. We got 25x equals 30x. Negative 15 plus 12 is negative 3. Subtract 30x. So this is negative 5x equals negative 3, and then divide both sides by negative 5. So x is 3/5. So these are definitely a little bit harder with the fractions. So that's why I made it its own video. Please give the problems on page 49, numbers 42 to 32, give them a try. We will definitely go over the fraction ones together on our live session. And again, if you need help, you can always reach me by email, Remind, or through Google Classroom.